Alright, here we're given a graph. Now the graph shows the average number of miles an airplane travels over the course of a flight. Okay, so if you notice down here, this would be 0, and then here we got 42. So this is the distance in miles. Now, with this, we want to know what's the average rate of change per hour. So if you notice this is a linear equation, so we can use what they're asking for is slope here. Slope would be the average rate of change per hour. Now remember, slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now if you remember also, the way we're going uphill, so this should be positive when we do the slope. Now to find slope from a graph, all we really have to do is pick 2 points on the graph, and then it should give us the slope. So I'm just going to arbitrarily pick the points that intersect at whole numbers here. So for this point, I'm going to use 6 and 600. Now 60 would be our x value, 600 would be our y value. So that would be our first point. So I'm going to call that x1, that's going to be y1. And then up here at 1800, okay, minutes, and then we'll look at 1800 for the y value. So that's going to be x2, and that's going to be y2. So now what we would do is just plug these numbers in to the problem. So we get 1800 minus 600, because remember, slope is rise over run, or the change in y over the change in x. So x is 800 minus 60. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the difference here. So we end up with 1200 over 120. Well, this is going to reduce out for us. So we end up with 10 for our average rate of change. Now if we put units with that, that'd be 10 miles for every minute. And that's what we're going to have to use here. So 10 miles for every 1 minute. Now it asks how many miles would the airplane travel in 9 hours. So what we have to do here is we're going to have to do a conversion. And the way I'm going to do that is, we know that 60 minutes equals 1 hour. Okay, and so then the minutes cancel out, and we're left with hours. And then what we're going to do here is just multiply it times 9, and then our hours would cancel out. Oops, should be times. Okay, and so then when we multiply this together, we get 5,400 miles. Okay, so again, the 10 tells us that we're going 10 miles for every minute. Okay, so that's going to be our average rate of change. Okay, and then based on that, after 9 hours, we should be 5,400 miles. Now again, if you wanted to check down here, you can convert this. If you converted these numbers to hours, we should be able to plot it when we get further out up here. But remember with this, it wouldn't matter what points you picked on this, you should still come up with the same slope, which is the average rate of change for this line.